So for that, the amount of current flows through the circuit should be varied, should be changed. For the variation, for the change, definitely what is required? One more device is required. That is what? It is rheostat. That is variable resistor is required. Variable resistor is required. So this is variable resistor that we call rheostat. Right. So we have connected. Now this is the circuit. In this we connected the key, ammeter, resistor, rheostat. It is the symbol RH, rheostat. So these things are connected. Now we need the ratio of V and I. V, what is V? That is the potential difference. Potential difference across what? We are going to measure the resistance of what? Resistance of this conductor. Resistance of this resistor. If you want to measure the resistance of this resistor, then the potential difference across this resistor is required. So across this resistor, a device is to be connected, that is voltmeter. That is voltmeter is required. Now this is the complete circuit diagram. This is the complete circuit diagram for the verification of Ohm's law. A cell along with the key and in series. Here you must see one thing. The two devices, ammeter and voltmeter. These two devices are connected in different manner. Let us take this is the part. This is the secondary part. And if we remove this part, this gives the continuous path. Remove this component, it gives the continuous path, single path. And that is the main circuit. That is the main circuit. Now we consider all the components in this main circuit are connected in series. If they are joined one by one, next to next, we say they are all connected in series. These components are connected in series. But when we see this voltmeter, it is connected across the resistor. Across the resistor means across these 2 points. The voltmeter is connected, and that we say the voltmeter is connected parallel to the resistor. Always in any circuit, ammeter is to be connected in series, voltmeter should be connected in parallel, because it is measuring the work done per unit charge across any 2 points. So it is measuring the work done. Suppose from this cell the charges are coming out, that charges are moving from this point to this point. To move the charge from this point to this point, how much work is done by the cell? That is measured by the voltmeter. That's why it is measured across the 2 points. But this device, ammeter, it is used to measure the amount of current flows through the circuit. Amount of current flows through the circuit means how much charges are coming out from the cell and flowing through this resistor. So all the charges are released, all the current released from the cell must pass through this device, then only it will be able to measure all the current. So it is connected in series. So ammeter should always be connected in series. Ammeter in series. Voltmeter should be connected in parallel. This must be followed. If they are connected in the reverse order, voltmeter here, ammeter here, then some defects will be taken place, that we will discuss later on. Right? So ammeter should always be connected in series because the total amount of current from the cell has to be measured. Voltmeter should be connected parallel, that is across any 2 points, across any component, because it measures only the potential difference, work done per unit charge. That's why it is connected parallel to the resistor. And the terminals should also be considered. So positive terminal of battery should be connected to positive terminal of ammeter, and here also it should be positive. So this is how we draw the circuit for the verification of Ohm's law. This is for the circuit. If we close the key, then we show the direction of current. Here also the current is flowing, right? This is the complete circuit diagram. This is the exact circuit diagram for the verification of Ohm's law. Okay, now we have to prove this relation. So here already we discussed about this rheostat. What the rheostat is? It is the variable resistor. It is the variable resistor. Why it is used in this circuit? Because if it is not used, if this rheostat is not used, then whatever the current the cell can release, the total current flows through the ammeter and it is flowing through the resistor and reach the cell. So only single value of current we can obtain, single value of potential difference. But we want the set of value, number of values, number of potential differences, number of current. That can be obtained just by using the rheostat only. How it is obtained? Because this is the wire. This is the wire having some length. But it is wounded in the form of circle, in the form of cylinder. In the cylindrical material, a wire is wounded. Now here this is one terminal, this is another terminal. But over this wire, there is a slider. There is a slider. Now this slider can be moved. The slider can be moved to and fro. It can be moved, it can be placed anywhere on this wire. Now if it is placed here, so from this part the current is flowing. So the current is flowing. Now the current flows up to this length only. Then it will move to this part and reach the cell. If this slider is moved, and placed over this point, now the current flows through this much of wire and then it goes to the slider, reach the cell. So by adjusting the slider, we can change the length of wire. While we change the length of wire in the circuit, the resistance also changes. Resistance of the circuit changes. By changing the resistance of circuit, we can change the current also. If different current flows through the resistor, then the different potential difference will also be obtained. That's why we are using the rheostat. The real thing, the real fact, you can gain the knowledge by seeing this rheostat in laboratory. When you people go to the school, you can find the rheostat in the laboratory, physics laboratory. Now let us start the experiment. How this V upon I ratio can be made constant. Right. First, in the beginning, the key must be kept open. Key should be kept open. Right. So no current flows through the circuit. The reading of ammeter, here the ammeter will look like there will be a dial. There will be a dial like a disc like structure. On this a scale is made like this, and there will be a pointer. The pointer in the beginning, it shows 0. That means now no current flows through the circuit. It shows 0 ampere. If it is ampere, here it will be written A. Milliampere, MA. Microampere, mu A. That will be written. Many divisions are made. The range of ammeter may be anything. It may be from 0 to 1.5, 0 to 3. If it is 1.5, that means this ammeter can be used to measure the maximum current of 1 ampere. Right? In the same way, similarly, if it is voltmeter, then the same structure, here it will be written V. So that means this voltmeter is able to measure the range of voltage from 0 to 1.5 volts. This is how old. When the current flows through the ammeter, the needle deflects. The needle will deflect in this way. It will move like this. If you increase the current, if you decrease the current, it comes down and finally come to 0 when the key is open. Now in the beginning, the key is kept open. So no current in the ammeter and no voltage in the voltmeter also. Here we make a table. So in the next video I will start the table